Hello everyone, we are at the CIRP General Assembly in Stockholm, and I met the old colleague of mine, Ender from ManusCNC, and they are exhibiting here. And I wanted to chat with him, and I will ask him to share what he's sharing in this conference. There are some products he will talk about, and then we will have also discussion about the process optimization technology in general afterwards. Hi Ender, how are you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you again. You have a nice stand. I see some product names here. Maybe you can share with the audience the highlights of this product.
Yes, let me first start by saying that it's great to be part of this public community. And also it's great to participate in this event. It's really a very important event, and it's the first time we are participating. And
Now we are a corporate member as well, right?
yes, we are the corporate member. Yeah. And the outcomes are really great. Let me start by explaining what we are doing. We have the post-development technology, as maybe some of you already know. This is Unity development. Why? Because we are doing it in a different way, completely different way. We don't have a text-based software coding interface. Everything you can do it by just creating and adjusting the position of the blocks. And therefore it's really very easy to use. Normally it takes maybe 1 or 2 years to be a post-processing expert, but with this new tool it only takes 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know if you were in my presentation, but I think ease of use is really the key to to make it applicable in the industry. Whatever is the technology, it has to be easy to use.
Yes. Definitely. Technology needs to meet with the industry. The key way is making it really easy to use. The second tool software tool we have developed in-house is G-code simulation. As you already know, there are not many companies developing G-code simulation in the market.
Yeah, maybe a handful or
maybe. Yes. Definitely. And this is actually a very important need in the market because many companies are buying high-access machine tools, new tools with double channels.
Yeah.
But they're always afraid of using it because it's always a risk to have collisions or to make the parts. Therefore, this is the only way actually to verify the process.
Just to clarify, they use it, but they are always on their toes. Like they are always concerned that they made something wrong, right?
Yeah. Before using this solution, we are selling it out, right?
Yeah.
Especially right now.
Country is Turkey. ManusCNC is based in the capital.
Yes.
Turkey, yes. So,
but we now have global presence as well. We have more partners. Before having this technology, the companies were using simulations within CAM systems, which are not simulating actual G-code. And that wasn't, trusted. You cannot trust a lot. That was a problem. The third solution, we recently announced, we worked hard on it, is the Optimisation. What we are doing is we are detecting, since we are simulating all the process, we digital twin. I call it digital twin. We know what's going on inside the CNC. Therefore, we have the chance to detect the errors, inefficiencies, unnecessary hormones. We can detect them all, and we can minimize it, or we can increase the feed rates, and by doing so, we can reduce the cycle.
Yeah, I see that up to this point, everything is geometry. Right? Now you are going into the physics, because feed rates are affecting the mechanics of the code.
Yeah, well, it's not a physical-based simulation actually. This one, we are optimizing it based on the still on the geometry of the cutting chip by looking at that chemicals or with that. But we are also adapting some new technologies coming from the academic side. We will also calculate the cutting process, other things to optimize the features. This will be an add-on
In the future or this one?
very new feature.
Very new feature, yes. And what has been the feedback from the market since you launched this solution?
Yes, it doesn't become when we start to make demonstrations of real parts.
Yeah.
Maybe 50 tests we have conducted so far in the industry, and it was really great, because cycle time really affects the most important thing that affects the profit of the business. If you reduce it by 10%, it's good. If you reduce it by 60%, it's good.
Yeah. And I have one question. So you do the optimization in the G code, and I think there are different solutions that does optimization in the CAN, like our solution, from productive machine. Our philosophy was we want to solve everything in CAN. Your philosophy is solving it at the G code level. Maybe you can tell us about the advantages of doing optimization on G code.
Yes, the advantage, the biggest advantage is it's always good to simulate the real G code. For instance, if you optimize it in the CAM stage, on this by taking the CIRP or ET file, you will have to verify the process after the G. You need a simulation. What we are doing is combining these two solutions very well. Verifying and optimizing the auto combines. Okay. What else? Both of our solutions are really acceptable solutions in my point. And why? Actually, it doesn't matter you are optimizing CL or G. You are offering a third-party solution like ours. Okay, I always do. Why? Because some of the CAM companies, they are offering solutions within their CAM systems.
Yeah.
I recommend my clients to, how can I say, to prefer third-party applications always. Because if you invest a lot in the CAM system, it will be harder for you to start using another CAM. Okay. That's the biggest problem. Because they have closed systems.
Yeah.
You can buy the post-processor, simulation, optimization within the CAM. But when you want to start using the new, you will lose all you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Therefore,
that scenario I understand.
It's not a difference between yours and ours, because both of our solutions are third-party applications.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm telling the difference between the solutions within the CAM, which are closed.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I also need to talk about the advantages of doing in the CAM, otherwise it won't be pay right. What we see in the market is they like to do it in the CAM because they want to have traceability. So they have one file, let's say it's Siemens NX PRT file. So they want to store this PRT file for future, and they like the fact that it stays in CAM. But in the end, I think the customers will decide. Like,
Of course.
technology companies cannot say CAM-based optimization is better or the G-code-based optimization is better, but the market will decide. And I think it's good to give the options to the customer. For that reason, we are really happy to talk with you, partner with you whenever possible.
We are also making partnerships.
Yeah, we are already working on the post-process side. Yeah. Product missions is due.
Yes.
The post-processing form.
Hopefully we will do much bigger partnerships.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Let's continue talking about it. Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.